Okay. All right, guys, we were experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty this morning, but thank you guys for all being here. This is the first Little City live fitness video. So there may be a few issues in between. I'm not sure because I'm totally new at this. So we are going to get started with some chair yoga. Don't mind Maggie. All right, we're going to get right into it. So we're going to do some deep breathing, which means you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you really want to be able to hear it too. So you breathe in through your nose, blow out birthday candles. Do it again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let's do one more, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Good. Let's do a little bit of warm up. Roll your neck out. Switch directions. Well, let's do some arm circles forward. Let's do 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. Give yourself a big hug. And switch whatever arm was on the bottom, put it on the top. Give yourself another big hug. Good. Roll out your wrists a little bit. Put your hands on your hips. You're just going to go forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Forward and back. Now let's do side to side. Side to side. All right, last thing, kind of just wiggle your feet. Roll out your ankles. And we are going to get started into the first pose. And if you see me looking down, I just have my little cheat sheet down here. So first one we're going to do is the seated half moon pose. So you are going to take your left hand, grab the chair. You're going to take your right hand, reach it up and over your head. So you don't want to put your hand on your head. That's not the point. You want to get it up and over, and you should feel a big stretch all the way down the side, the right side of your body. And we're just going to hold that for a few seconds. All right, we're going to come up, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So right arm goes out. It's going to grab the chair. Left arm goes out. You're going to reach up and over your head. Again, really feel that stretch all the way down the left side of your body now. And slowly come back up. All right, we're going to go right into the second move, which is our seated spine twist. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your left leg, you're going to cross it over your right leg. All right, with me? Then you're going to take your right hand out, and you're going to grab your top knee. You're going to take your left hand, reach for the back of the chair or maybe the side of the chair, however flexible you are, whatever feels comfortable. I'm going to reach for the back of my chair, and I am just going to twist. And you should feel a little twist in your spine. And then look in the direction that you're twisting. Don't try to look forward. Look comfortably in the direction that your body is twisting. We're going to just hold this for a few seconds. All right, carefully now, you're gonna untwist your body. Hand's gonna come off the knee, leg is gonna come uncrossed. All right, let's do it on the other side. Now you're gonna take your right knee, cross it over your left. Your left hand is gonna grab your knee. Your right hand is gonna reach for side of the chair, back of the chair, whichever feels comfortable. And you're gonna twist over to the right side. Again, looking the direction that you're twisting. And we're gonna hold for a few seconds here. All right, nice and slow, untwist. Hand comes off the knee comes uncrossed, 2 feet flat on the floor. Cool, now we got our spine nice and warmed up. We are gonna do a seated leg extension, and we're gonna go with our right leg first. So you are going to extend your right leg, this one, forward. Now I'm gonna scooch up on my chair a little bit. So I'm a little bit more towards the edge, not all the way on the edge, but I wanna be able to move my legs a little bit. So you're gonna extend your right leg out, heels on the ground, toes are up to the ceiling. You are going to do whatever's comfortable for you. So I'm gonna have 2 hands. If your knee is where your flexibility is at today, that's fine. It could be anywhere on your right leg. You don't wanna hurt, if it starts to hurt or pull, stop, that's too far. So for me, it's my toe. For you, it could be your knee, that's totally fine. Whatever is comfortable for you today. And then we are gonna hold this for a few seconds. Now with your left foot, you want it to be at like a 90-degree angle. So you don't want it to be too far back. I don't know if you can really see how this looks on camera, but if it's too far back, you could lose your balance. So make sure it's out in front of you so that it's like a little kickstand for you. And we're gonna come up, bring your right foot in. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Left foot, straight out in front of you, heel is down, toes are up to the ceiling. I'm gonna do 2 hands. Make sure you got your right foot planted, left foot, heels on the ground, and you're gonna go down. Again, knee, totally fine if that's where you're at today. You could do, as far as you can go, ankle, toes, whatever you can do, just do not hurt yourself. But you should feel a stretch all the way on the back side of your leg. You do want to feel something. That would be a nice stretch. So we're going to hold that for a few seconds. All right, everybody come up and bring your feet in, 2 feet flat on the ground. The next one we're gonna do is a seated forward fold with our legs open. So you're gonna, again, I'm kind of on the edge of my chair just so that my legs have a little bit of mobility. And you are going to sit up nice and tall. And now we're gonna open our legs a little bit. So if this is as much as you can do, great. If you can get them a little wider, whatever is comfortable for you. So you're gonna have them nice and open. The important thing to do with the forward fold is to bend from the waist, okay? You wanna have a nice flat back. If you're hunching over, you're not gonna get the benefits of the stretch. So you want a nice, straight, I'm sitting up nice and tall. You are going to bend forward again from your waist, and you're gonna reach all the way down and grab your ankles. And what I like to do in this stretch is I kind of use my elbows to push my knees out a little bit so that I feel the stretch more. And then it's kind of hard to see with my ponytail, but you are gonna be looking down at the ground. Straight down, you don't want your neck to be up too much, you don't want it to be hanging off. Just, it should be an extension of your back. So we're gonna hold this for a few more seconds. Nice flat back. Okay, now we're gonna come up, and as we do come up, you're gonna kind of collapse and then roll your back one vertebrae at a time until you're up nice and tall. Let's bring our legs together. We'll take 5-second break in between, and then we're gonna do it one more time. Same thing, seated forward fold with our legs open. So let's do it for a second time. I'm gonna readjust, get on the edge of my seat, open up my legs on either side of the chair. Again, it doesn't have to be crazy far, just so that you feel a stretch. Let's focus on our waist. Hands on your waist. We're gonna bend from our waist, not hunch over. Nice tall back. And let's bend at our waist. Good, and reach down, grab your ankles. Like I said, I'm gonna kind of use my elbows to push my knees out a little bit, just so I can get a little deeper stretch. Look down at the ground. Nice straight back. We're gonna hold this for a few seconds. A little bit longer. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come up nice and slow. And bring your legs together. All right. Now we're going to get into a little bit more difficult poses, but I think we're ready for it. We're going to start with our seated pigeon. So, again, we're going to be kind of on the edge of your seat, back sitting up nice and tall, and we're going to go for our right foot first. So you are going to reach down to your right ankle. You're going to pick it up and you're going to guide it up to your left knee. Okay, if this is hard, do the best you can. Maybe you're here, maybe you're not here today. Maybe you're just going to cross at your ankles. But if you can, let's all try to get our right ankle up to our left knee. Then what we're going to do is our hands are going to reach for the front legs of your chair. And what you're going to do is make sure you can get a good grip on it so that you can kind of pull yourself forward. So you should feel a stretch all the way down the side, kind of the side slash the back of your right leg. All right, so I'm going to pull. And if you can't pull, not a big deal. You could be here today, whatever is comfortable for you. So I'm going to reach kind of farther down. I'm a little bit more flexible, and I'm just going to hold here. Basically, the point is you want your chest to kind of come and touch your leg if you can. And then we're going to hold this for a few seconds. As always, the foot on the floor should be at a 90-degree angle. Nice. Few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, everybody sit up. You're going to take your right ankle, guide that down to the ground. Sit up nice and tall because we're doing it on our left leg. Going to grab your left ankle, bring it up to your right knee. Now let's get situated here. Make sure my foot on the ground is planted. I got a nice 90-degree angle. So this is what I mean by 90-degree angle. You can kind of see I got my foot up and my right leg is in a nice 90-degree angle. All right, I'm going to face back around. Now that I'm comfortable here, I'm going to start to lean my chest forward. Again, nice straight back. We're not hunching. You want to have your shoulders back, lean forward, and use the front legs of your chair to kind of pull yourself forward so you can get a nice stretch all along the left side of your leg. And we are going to hold for a few seconds. And while we're holding, always make sure you're breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Always breathing. And eyes should be looking down to the ground. And we're gonna come up, guide your left ankle down to the ground, sit up nice and tall. We are gonna go into the next pose, which is our seated triangle pose. So for this one, you are going to extend your right leg out to the side of the chair. So right leg, we're gonna kind of come onto the right side, and your leg should be facing forward there. Then your left knee is bent for a nice wide triangle. Now we're gonna come and bring our hands to your heart center. You're just gonna bring it right in front of your chest. You're gonna take your left elbow and bring it to your left knee. So you're kind of just like coming right over. Then you're gonna put your right arm up into the air, straight up. And then if you're feeling like you've got good balance here, you feel a nice stretch, you are going to look up at your right hand. So just your head, because what you really want is your body to be facing straight out in front of you. Just your head looks up. If that's uncomfortable, you totally don't have to look up at it. You can just look straight out in front of you. Whatever feels comfortable today. We're gonna hold this for a few more seconds. This one's a little bit more awkward if you've never done yoga before. So if it doesn't feel the most comfortable, the more you do it, the more it will feel really good. All right, you're gonna bring your right hand down to meet the other hand. Come up, bring your right leg in. We'll reset. Few little 5-second break in between, and then we're gonna go on to the left leg. So let's do it. We're gonna kind of scoot over towards the left side of your chair. Left leg goes out. Right leg is right in front of you. Same thing with that 90-degree angle in your right leg. Left leg is out. Hands come to your heart center. Now you're gonna take your right elbow, bring it down to your right knee. Then if you're feeling confident here, you're gonna put your left hand into the air. And even more confident, we're looking up at it. And now we're gonna hold for a few seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring that hand down to meet the other. Bring your elbow up. Left leg comes in. 2 feet flat on the floor. And triangle pose is done. We are going to move on. Okay. For this one is the downward facing dog that we're going to do using our chair. So everyone's going to stand up. Now for me, so I can show you better, I'm gonna move my chair. You don't need to move your chair, you can leave it where it is, but I'm gonna move it just so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, stand up, face your chair. So you wanna face right where you were just sitting. You're gonna take your hands and you're gonna grab either side of the bottom of your chair. Make sure you got a nice grip and make sure your chair isn't sliding all over the place. If it is, if your chair is not stable, then I would just skip this one for today because it's really important that you know your chair is not gonna slide out from under you. So be really careful, conscious about your surroundings. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly walk our legs away from the chair. So we're gonna come back. Just until your arms are straight. And until you feel a nice little stretch in the back of your legs. Now, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. If you're really not feeling that flexible today, you could stay closer to the chair. I think I'm gonna go out a little bit. Then you're gonna look down to the ground. And what you really want is for your head, your ears to be in line with your elbow, the bend in your arm. So again, we're gonna straighten. We're gonna keep our feet shoulder width apart. Head comes down so that your ears are in line with your arms. So your back and your head should all be in a straight line. And then we're going to hold it. All right, we're going to walk back in. So make sure you have a nice tight grip on your chair. You're going to walk your feet in towards your chair. We're going to stand up, take a 5-second break, then we're doing it again. So this is our downward facing dog using a chair. Let's try it again. So feet are shoulder width apart. You're going to grab with 2 hands on either side of your chair. Next thing we're going to do is slowly walk your feet back from the chair until your arms are nice and straight. Then we're going to bend over, put your ears in line with your arms. So there should be a nice straight line all the way from your back to your head to your arms. And then again, making sure your feet are shoulder width apart. And we are going to hold it here for a few seconds. You should really feel this in the back of your legs and also in your back and your arms a little bit. It's kind of a full body one. A few more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get a good grip on this chair. Walk your feet back in towards the chair. And we're going to stand up nice and tall. All right. We are done with our downward facing dog, so I'm going to move my chair down. And the next one we're going to do is our tree pose. So we're going to stay standing, but now you're going to come on either side. I think I am going to go for the right side of my chair first. So you're going to stand on the right side of your chair. Your left hand is going to grab the back of your chair. So make sure you get a nice tight grip on the back here. Now what we're going to do is we're slowly going to bring the bottom of our right foot, so the bottom of like your shoe, or if you got socks on and a barefoot, whatever you got going on, the bottom of it, we are going to slowly bring right to our ankle. And you want to, for this first part, we're just going to keep our toe on the ground. So it should look like this, but pressed up against your leg. I just want you guys to see what it looks like. Toes on the ground. And we're going to slide it right up to meet the other foot. And I think for today, we're just going to go right here because I'm not sure how many people have done yoga before. We're going to take it nice and slow. So you're going to stand up nice and straight, point that toe, make it connect with the other foot. And then with your right hand, you're going to bring it up into your heart center. And you're going to keep your left hand holding onto the chair, and we're just going to hold it like this for a few seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. Bring that right arm down, right foot down, give a little shake. We're going over to the left side of our chair. So we're over here now. Your right hand is going to grab onto the back of your chair so we can focus on the feet. Your right foot should be firmly planted. Your left foot is the one that's going to pop up onto the toe. So we'll go toe first, then you're going to turn your knee out so the bottom of your shoe can come right up next to your other foot. And your heel is also touching. You really want your whole foot to be touching your other leg. Knee is out. Left hand comes up to your heart center. We're in the pose. We're just going to hold it now. Few more seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. Bring your arm down, left foot flat on the ground, and we're going to come back to sit down in our chairs. Tree pose is done. So come back, have a seat. Because the next one we're going to do is called seated wind removing. It's also kind of like if you've ever done chair chi with us, it's kind of like give your leg a hug. They're kind of the same thing. In yoga, we call it wind removing. So this is our seated wind removing pose. So as always, we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. I am going to go for my right leg first. So you're going to want to interlock your fingers. So it's not like holding hands, but you want all of your fingers to interlock so you have a nice tight grip. So you're going to put that right in front of you. Now you're going to reach down right below your knee. You don't want to pull on your knee because that can put pressure on some places that we don't want. So I want you to go a little bit below your right knee. Fingers interlocked. Left foot is nice and strong at a 90-degree angle. And we are going to pick up your right foot and you're just going to bring it straight up. Now it's important to keep it straight. This is not what we want. I want it right in front of your body. And what you really would like to focus on is bringing your knee as close to your chest as possible while having a nice straight back and keeping your foot firmly planted. So you really should feel a little bit of pressure in your stomach from where you're squeezing your leg so close to your body. All right, we're going to hold this for a few more seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to put the right foot down and repeat everything on the left. So, yes, again, we're going to interlock all of our fingers. Now we're going to reach for right below your left knee. Again, do not grab your left knee. Too much pressure. Below your knee. So kind of more on like the top of your shin here. So I'm going to make sure my right foot is firmly planted on the ground. It's in a 90-degree angle. Good. Now that we've got that, I'm just going to pull up my left leg. Ready, go. You're going to pull it up and hold it. Again, my knee is not out to the side. It's straight in front of me. And my elbows, they're not wild either. They're nice and tucked into my body. So now that we've got our nice firm grip, we're in the pose. We're just going to hold it. Few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Put that one down. Sit up nice and tall as we go into our very last pose, which is our seated forward fold, but this time we're going to keep our legs closed. So I'm going to come up to kind of like the front edge of my chair just so that I have a little bit more range of motion. 2 feet flat on the floor in our 90-degree angle. Back is up nice and tall. What you're going to do is your arms are going to come up over the side of you, all the way up to the top. And then we're going to do a nice forward fold again from our waist, not with your back. Back is nice and tall. You're only going to bend from the waist. So arms come all the way up. They touch at the top. And we bend forward from our waist down to reach wherever you're at today. Maybe you can only go to your knees. Maybe you're here. I don't want you to, your butt should always be on the chair. Also, don't let it come off. Otherwise, you risk falling right over. So make sure you're firmly on the chair. And I'm going to grab for my feet, but you can grab your ankles, whatever is comfortable. Nice straight back. And we're going to hold it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Roll up. Last thing to come up is your head. And we're going to do it one more time. So Let's reposition ourselves. We're firmly on the chair. We're not lifting off the chair. Feet are flat on the ground at a 90-degree angle. Let's get our arms going up over the top of our head. With a nice straight flat back, bend from the waist and go all the way down, touch your toes. Good, look down at your toes. Nice straight back, and we're gonna hold it. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Roll all the way up. Last thing to come up is your head. Let's do arms up all the way up, touch at the top, and then bring them straight down to your heart center. Great. That is going to do it for yoga, for all the poses. Let's just do a little quick roll everything out. Just we're a little bit more flexible now. Let's roll out our necks again. We're nice and warmed up now. Cool, let's go in with our shoulders again. We'll do some arm circles forward. Let's do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Big hug. And we'll do another big hug. Whatever arm was on the bottom, put it on the top now. Let's roll out our wrists. And hips, hands on your hips, just so you know where you're kind of at. You're just going to go forward and back. A few times. And then we're going to go side to side a few times. Nice and easy. Again, you're going to roll out your ankles. And then one thing that I like to do, most people do at the end of a yoga practice, is a Savasana. So you could lay down to do this. I'm going to do it in my chair. You can do it in your chair. Really, you just want to be still. Stillness is what we're going for. So it's really just to relax at the end of your practice. What you like to do, if you're going to stay seated like I am, feet go at a 90-degree angle. Whatever is comfortable, they can be together, they can be apart, whatever feels good for you. You're going to sit up nice and tall, and then you're going to flip your palms up so that they're facing the ceiling. Some people like to close their eyes while they do it. Some can keep them open. It's totally up to you. And you just kind of hold this pose for as long as feels comfortable for you. Really try to keep your mind blank. Don't let any thoughts get in there. It's just time to relax and reflect on all the good yoga work that we just did. So you can hold this for as long as you want. I'm going to end now. But thank you guys all for joining the First Little City live YouTube class. This was, we did have a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, but we're up. And thanks to everyone who participated. So we will see you back at 11 o'clock with Maggie to do some Uno workout. Bye.